When folks are asked to describe me, well, I've heard things like, oh yeah, that guy, he's a modern-day desperado. Others have said things like, oh, him? Oh yeah, he's an urban wrangler. Yeah, maybe they aren't too far from wrong, but me, I like to keep it simple. I'm just a good old-fashioned city cowboy. But that being said, no matter what walk of life you're on, there's always going to be haters and naysayers. Folks telling you who you are and who you aren't. I once had a feller walk up to me and he said, now listen here, son. Just because you got that hat on your head, that don't make you a cowboy. If you ask me though, that couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah, when I look back at all the great cowboys of old, legends like John Wayne and Clint Eastwood and Troy Aikman. Heck, at the end of the day, they're just a couple of caballeros like you and me. I start my day off every morning just like them, with a fresh cup of homegrown American coffee. Yes ma'am, I will take one small, let's go with the mocha frappuccino. Let me get a little squirt of whipped cream on the top of that. Y'all got sprinkles? Let me get a little sprinkles on the top of that. Oh, you don't have sprinkles, okay. Let me get one pump of caramel. Wait, make that 2 pumps. And I think that'll be it for me. Yes, ma'am. I saddle up and take my horse to work every day too, just like any other cowboy. And I ain't trying to brag or nothing, y'all, but my horse, she's got the power of 11 and a half horses in one. And I'd be a darn liar if I said I wasn't a sucker for a buckle bunny or a barrel racer. You don't know what those are? Well, you probably don't even watch Yellowstone or 1883 either, do you? Yeah, I found love once. It's in the town of Vicksburg, Mississippi, in a Waffle House. Now, for those of you who don't know what Waffle House is, it's a great American food chain that's been serving up hot breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24 hours, 7 days a week for generations. And you can book it. And I promise you, it don't get much better than a double order of hash browns, smothered, covered, and chunked, couple of sunshine eggs. And I've never met a Waffle House waitress that wasn't a sweetheart. But I'll never forget that moment when I first saw that Mississippi Queen, when time stopped and the whole world stood still. I laid eyes on the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my life. Her name was Maribel Magnolia. And although it was short-lived, she'll always have this cowboy's heart. She's my Wonderwall. I guess you could say that Waffle House has been serving up more than just good food. They've been serving up miracles. But there is a lot to be said, that is, about the life of a cowboy. Hey, how you doing? I ordered some DoorDash. See, Hollywood makes the cowboy life out to be all sunshine and butterflies. You know, sensationalize it. But the hard truth, It's just as rough for us as it is for all the other hard-working folks out there. In fact, they say that cowboying is one of the loneliest lives you can live. And not that I need the recognition, but they say you could spend your whole life working day and night, making sure all the good people out there have supper on their dinner table. And at the end of the day, no one even knows you exist. There you go, sir. It does get lonely out there sometimes. But there's things you pick up on when you're out there in the open range. Things to keep the spirits alive. Like a high-stakes game of cards, when everything that's important to you is on the line. You got any twos? Yeah, I told that cowboy to find himself another pond and go fish. And you know who Bob Ross is, don't you? The painter, the artist. He once said something that I will never forget. He said, "I believe every day is a good day when you paint." And I never forgot that. Bob Ross, he's a real cowboy. Heck, I even picked up a guitar. Learned a couple cowboy chords, to play around the campfire. Heck, I even learned a famous song. And in my opinion, it's one of the greatest country western songs ever written. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Now I know I'll never be one of the greats like old Willie Nelson or Hank Williams or John Denver or any of them. And all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonder wall. But I don't think you have to be great to make a little music under the stars. I guess if there's something to take away from all this, maybe next time you're out there in the Wild West and you see someone with some cowboy get up on, don't be afraid to tip your cap and say howdy. After all, we're just out there grinding like the rest of you. Might as well make friends with your neighbors. But until next time, y'all stay safe and be happy. Adios.